Yeah,
blowing up.
Saw the lights. Now we got the camera.
Well, if you're just joining us now on YouTube, we are hanging out with Robert Doe and Kathy Sue Holtorf. They moved to LA from here in Wilmington, and we caught up with them. What was it like when you first got and landed in LA?
It was scary. It was big. It was loud and fast.
Very fortunate that we did have that Wilmington base that was already out here, that we all kind of moved within a year of each other because we all kind of pulled from our little group.
And so what was the other thing that you are all working on together?
Caroline and I have created a producing team. She and I produced a film called The Periphery, and we had some day player roles that needed filling. So I was like, hold on, let me call Robert Doe. We hired Robert Doe, we hired Greg Pero, we hired Holly Shea, we hired Jesse O'Neill.
Chris Menicius. That's 5.
So that's
well,
5.
And then Caroline.
Caroline was acting in it, and I acted in it.
So that's 7.
So 7 of our, like, I think 18 roles were all Wilmington people.
Oh my God.
I don't want to do anything other than make films my entire life. Wilmington, I was fortunate enough to get camera department work, to get all of these random jobs that added up to the producing. I personally think it's very wise to have another job in the same industry that you're good at or that you strengthen, because the more I direct, the better my acting becomes because I'm more aware of everything.
The thing about this art form is that it's the most collaborative art form there is. Knowing the different aspects of filmmaking helps me to be part of the collaborative process. When you're given a script as an actor, it's your job to go through and be a detective and figure out what the writer's trying to say.
Advice for people who are considering, you know, making what they call the big move.
The big move.
The big move.
Do it.
If you're thinking about moving out here, road trip with your mom, because it'll be like one of the most memorable weeks of your life.
Yeah.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hey, Ryan.
Hi, Ryan.
What's up, dude?
They said hi, Ryan.
Oh, hey.
Look at them. They look great,
I
don't they?
know. It almost looks like they're in the same room. Oh, wait a minute.
Good thing we trained you for that here at WECT, being up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my God, yes. Oh my God.
By the way, Kathy Sue, and we didn't say this in the story, but Kathy Sue used to work here at WECT. That's why everybody's ducking in and waving. Yeah, she's a well-known face here in the newsroom.
Feels good to be home, at least digitally, you know.
What kind of projects you guys working on this week?
Writing and reading. I'm helping Kathy Sue and Caroline do some rewrites and tweaks to the script that they have. That's what I'm doing. It's so funny. Like the second that we moved out here, the East Coast really blew up.
So you're taping stuff that you would actually travel back here for. Yeah. And a production would pay for that travel.
Sometimes.
But if it's lucrative,
Return to Wilmington or Charlotte, anywhere in North Carolina, and you know, I would love to be there for 5 years and do a TV show. I mean, that would be amazing.
This is my family, and it's because of Wilmington, so I miss the other half of my family.
You know, I'm always homesick for wherever those other places are, but fortunately, you know, I do have my heart here in so many different ways. You know, I'm pursuing my passion here.
You realize once you're out here that the world is much smaller than you think it is, and that going home is just a flight away. It's really not that far, you know, and that people from Wilmington are constantly coming out here, and it's just becoming a fuller family.
So talk about, like, how you guys got started, because you both got your start here in Wilmington.
I transferred. I was going to school. I was playing soccer, and I stopped playing soccer, and I needed a change, so I moved to Wilmington to go to school at UNCW. Having those people there and saying, you know, you have a talent, let's figure out how we can bring it the best. I'm where I am now because of those people that were in Wilmington that helped me when I was doing monologues, playing both characters. Oh my God. So no matter where you are or how old you are where you are, that's where you're starting. Go out and seek people that can help you get to your goal, and especially in Wilmington, there's people there that can make it happen.
I started in theater when I was 4, so I thankfully have been garnering my ability since a young age, and started directing when I was 14. Started teaching classes when I was 17, and then moved to Wilmington, where I would honestly say my start was One Tree Hill. I was a cheerleader on one episode. Actually, I think on like 2 or 3 episodes, and started moving. And I did the acting thing with them, and then I did some PA work, and then I did camera PA work, and that was how I started working at Wilmington Camera Services, and there I was able to like help out all these local indie filmmakers, as well as like meet the more professional studio guys.
It sounds like all you need to do is just kind of get your foot in the door, just to get the ball rolling.
You can get your foot in any door. Any door that you want to get into, it's there to open.
It's not like not stopping, it's about continuing forward. No matter how many times you get kicked down, this industry is packed full of rejections and knows you can't do this and no you need to do that. But if you just still keep getting up, you keep getting up and you do it again. You keep getting up and you do it again.
Is it hard hearing no all the time? Because I'm sure you get a lot more rejection than yeses. What do you get, like 1 out of 100?
With acting specifically, like when you get told no, it's not because necessarily that you're a bad actor. It may just be that you're not right for the part. So it's about accepting things as they are and really trusting the universe and saying, okay, I wasn't right for this part, I'm gonna go and audition for this role. And also like finding like what your niche is.
Yeah. Boom.
What she said.
What was the question? Oh, like she was saying with, it might be that you just don't fit the role. They were like, you did a great audition, but you're too tall. And I'm like, am I?
But you are tall for Hollywood actors, though. They're
I guess
surprisingly short.
There's lots of tricks we can do. You might be an apple, and they were just looking for oranges that day. There's nothing wrong with an apple, but Greg's leaving. There's nothing. Bye, Greg. Just keep being an apple. It's okay.
It's about having a very strong belief in yourself and knowing that no matter what, you're going to continue forward, having that strength behind you. I mean, if you have the gumption to move from North Carolina to the West Coast, you've already done a lot,
How do you do that? I've always wanted to know that. How do you do that?
I usually think about really sad stuff.
Do it now, then. Do it now. No.
There it is. The goal can be to cry.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're doing that, then you're automatically doing your homework wrong.
So what wouldn't you do? Be fully nude, would you do it?
Yeah, I mean, it's all context.
Why are you laughing? I think it's an interesting question.
I think it's all in context. It's about what story is being told. I'm not going to set limitations because there's so many people out there that are setting limitations.
But like Robert said, if it's content related, according to the scene, I'm not going to set limitations for myself.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
I haven't really thought about what a plan B or C or backup plan would be, because this is more like a lifelong commitment to not just acting but the art of storytelling. My goal is just to motivate and inspire through this art of storytelling.
And it sounds like, Kathy Sue, your parents are super supportive as well, because you're the one who said when you were 4, I'm moving to Hollywood, and then you did it.
Yeah, I've kind of always been a on-the-go child.
She says hi. And I liked what you said too. Another thing we didn't use in the story was that a side job is like MSG.
MSG, yeah.
It's the MSG.
Like, I only get one chance to live this life. Like, this is the only chance I get to make films in LA. Like, I don't want to spend a moment of my life doing anything other than what I want to do.
Let's share that. Like, what is your ultimate goal?
Make films for my charity. My charity is the Beauty Foundation, bettering education and adoption unanimously through you. The reason I entered the film industry when I was very young and wanted to do it is because I saw these movies and I saw like so many people in the seats, and I was like, that is the way that I can reach people and tell people to be nice and love each other and educate yourself and educate your children and stuff like that. So my ultimate goal is to really change education and adoption systems throughout the world, and do that through my art form, through what I love to do. Ideally, I'd like to have a studio in Wilmington, a studio in Milwaukee, and a production house here in LA. So be covering on every coast, but with every film I make, give a certain percentage to the Beauty Foundation.
I mean, I want to be able to be in this industry, forever. Just have the ability and the privilege to be involved in films for my entire life. My ultimate through this, through acting, to continuously be growing. You know, at 95, I'm gonna live that long. Have the ability to learn something new.
And you know, Robert and I actually had a really moving conversation about 2 months ago when the Sandy Hook shooting happened. I was on the phone with him right after I found out, and like we were really moved by the entire thing and upset about it. We just had this discussion that we want to spend our career telling stories that impact people and telling stories that inspire people. Like that is the gift that we have been given. And as filmmakers, that this medium really covers tell stories that impact millions of people around the world.
Me too. I think that's what you need to think about when you need to cry and audition there.
Yeah, gotta figure out what affects you. Totally.
Well, we've been talking for an hour, but I just want to wrap it up with, how are you guys? Are you happy?
I'm very happy. I'm very, very happy. My career is going very well, and it's getting to the place that I wanted it to be at. We've got a wonderful apartment, a wonderful little puppy.
A great group of friends, it seems like, too.
Yeah, and like honestly, I think that's, you know, there definitely, earlier in my move here, there were times that I was very sad. There were times that I was extremely lonely. But I pushed through this time, and I found this group of people that, I mean, really, most of which I had already known on the East Coast, but we all came together over the past 6 months. And that's really what's made it easiest, because then no matter, I realized I had this happy thing that happened, and I had no one to call, so it almost didn't matter. Because life is about sharing, it's about understanding, it's about the relationships that we have. I would say my group of friends and my family here around me are really what make this all worth it.
And Robert, is it everything you expected, you know, being out there?
I don't know what exactly I did expect, but it's definitely where I need to be and where I want to be right now. And I'm very happy with how my life is going. A hint of advice for just happiness is to live in the moment, and the moment will live in you. And that's something that I really take to heart. And, you know, I'm here. I'm on a Google HangOut with people 3,000 miles away, where a place where my acting started, with people that I love, that I know are watching, somebody that I love that's doing it with me. Nowhere else I'd rather be, and nowhere I'm happier. Life is good. Life is happy.
Well, that's awesome. I'm sure your mom, who's watching, is going to be thrilled to hear all of that. And we're glad for you, too. It was great meeting you out in LA, and I hope you guys will keep us updated on your careers. And yeah, and we'll continue to kind of update our viewers on what you guys are doing.
I didn't know.
Well, thanks, guys. We really appreciate you hanging out with us.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, everybody, for watching.
Life, like this is what it's about. Tout Talent.
Tout Talent.